With us here at 7:30, we begin this half hour with a matter of the mind. May is Mental Health Awareness Month. It's important really in every stage of life. It affects how we think, feel, even act. It can also influence our choices. Of the 42 million adults with a mental illness, more than 18% also have a substance abuse disorder. It can be hard to determine which came first, but more than half the people with co-occurring disorders don't receive any form of treatment. Even people who want to find help find themselves facing many barriers. In fact, 52% of people say they can't afford to get treatment. Other concerns you see here are not knowing where to go or fear of being committed to a program, along with, well, just being judged. Fears the incoming president and CEO of the Charlotte Rescue Mission sees often.
One thing we want to do is erase that stigma. That is challenging. We don't want folks to shy away and be ashamed. We want them to look forward and understand that their journey was meaningful and that God has something for them. They just got to reach out there and get it.
Trina Fullard has been with Charlotte Rescue Mission for 4 years, but has worked with people dealing with addiction for 20. She says faith is what sets the Rescue Mission apart from other treatment programs she's worked for.
What resonates the most is that it's Christian-based. I can talk about how God has impacted my life and share that with residents on a regular basis. The other thing is that there's no restriction on the length of time we can work with the men and women in our residential program. Other nonprofits are dealing with insurance and Medicaid and restrictions on length of time. Our program is 4 months long, and we don't have restrictions on that treatment.
So tonight in our Doing Good with Share Charlotte segment, we're learning more about the recovery programs at the Rescue Mission and the people they serve right here in our community. Treatment doesn't start when someone walks in the doors of the Charlotte Rescue Mission. It starts well before.
Charlotte Rescue Mission is made up of a very robust admissions program. We screen folks for a period of days to weeks, depending upon where they're coming from. We have relationships with prisons. We have a lot of relationships with the local detox facilities. So our admissions team is very thorough in touching base and getting to know the folks before they walk in the door. Then we have our women's program, which is Dove's Nest, and our men's program, which is Rebound. Those are what we call our core programs.
Each core program is 4 months. The first 30 days can be make or break.
That first 30 days is really just settling in, understanding that you are going to grieve the fact that you're no longer using alcohol and drugs. So it's that surrender. Surrendering everything and understanding that if they trust God and they learn how to live differently, they've got to surrender it. Taking it from what they think to it being in their heart is huge. Once they can get beyond that in those first 30 to 60 days, we start to see a twinkle come back in their eyes.
Once residents graduate from Dove Nest or Rebound, Charlotte Rescue Mission provides them with resources to stick to their recovery.
During COVID, we were able to open a case management program that we now call Recovery Living. And in that case management program, we're able to work with the men and women who graduate from our core program and offer them opportunities to step back into life more productively. We have our life skills program, which if you haven't been there, come to Community Matters Cafe. Our students are working in there and learning how to interact with customers, how to interact with supervisors, and how to learn how to work in an environment much more positively. We have our KEY program, which is Keep Educating Yourself. Men and women can graduate from core. If they want to return to school, if they want to go to a trade program, they can do that for 12 months while they're still living in our program. And then we have our Recovery Living community, which is workforce development, where men and women are looking for work and finding work and living in our community to be able to learn how to budget, learn how to be accountable, and then also learn how to look towards your future.
Last year, Fullard says the rescue mission saw well over 900 people in its treatment and recovery living programs.
So currently we're looking at a 45% completion rate. And we say completion, not a success, because what does success really mean? We have 45% of our program participants who complete the core program. What we love talking about is that 65% of those graduates are staying in our recovery living program, which means we're doing something right about incentivizing and making recovery look fun and enjoyable.
And Charlotte Rescue Mission gets the job done with help of people like you.
Volunteers are so integral into what we do, from serving meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, to Bible studies, coming in and working with our men and women around Bible study. Second thing is we can't operate if we don't have funding. We don't have contracts with federal government, or we don't take Medicaid or insurance. We rely on the generosity of our donors, and those donors who share the mission that we have of making an impact for someone who wants to transform their life. We are no longer the biggest kept secret in Charlotte. Charlotte Rescue Mission is here to have an impact on this community and surrounding communities, and we want you to come check us out.
Absolutely, and that Community Matters Cafe, by the way, not only helping people out, they've got terrific food as well. Share Charlotte makes it super easy to find local nonprofits like the Charlotte Rescue Mission and explore ways that you can support their work. Just scan that QR code on your screen, or just go to their website, I should say. It's Share Charlotte's website, and that's where you can find all of that information.